Today, we embark on a journey to explore the climate change communications through the media's outlets. In this presentation, we'll look into how these media outlets cover and communicate climate change issue and how important they are in shaping public perceptions and policy discussions.
For the longest time, mass communication through media outlets has been one of the main contributors to developing public perceptions and society's general knowledge on climate change itself. It serves as a medium for not only spreading awareness to the public, but also as a tool that will enable the public to take action itself. A few media outlets that contribute to this purpose and ideal would be news coverage, documentaries, and social media. Mass communication mediums such as television, newspapers, and radio has often influenced public opinions regarding a certain topic as it gives media outlets an opportunity to spread awareness as well as educate society and the public. News coverage on certain significant topics are a major factor as to how people perceive the urgency as well as severity of those significant topics. In this scenario, climate change. Social media platforms are also a major medium for spreading awareness as they specialize in engaging the public regarding what's happening in the world currently. Specifically, due to how most of society nowadays are on their phone and they will always be in scrolling into campaigns, accidentally scrolling into hashtags that encourage and raise awareness towards the public, which will, of course, lead them to have a sense of collective responsibility. Therefore, the media has done its job in spreading awareness to the public, which will allow the public to take action itself.
Firstly, media outlets provide extensive news coverage of climate change events, scientific research, and policy developments. From local weather reports to global climate summits, they keep the public informed about the latest findings and events related to climate change. Furthermore, media outlets frame climate change story in various ways, influencing how the issue is perceived by the public. Whether framing it as a scientific or political issue, their narrative shape public attitudes and belief about the severity and urgency of the problem. Moreover, media outlets strive to provide balanced coverage by presenting multiple perspectives on climate change. However, false balance can sometimes arise where fringe views are given equal weight to scientific consensus, potentially misleading the public about the reality of climate change. Additionally, images and visuals used by media outlets evoke emotional responses and highlight the impact of climate change, emphasizing the need for actions. Opinion pieces and editorials further influence public opinions and policy debates, advocating for specific policy responses or expressing skepticism. Through interactive features, social media platforms, and public forums, media outlets engage with audience, fostering discussions, educations, and activism around climate change issues. Ultimately, media's coverage of climate change influences policymakers' agendas, priorities, and decisions, shaping government's policy, regulations, and international agreements aimed at addressing climate change.
Hajan details how the media in the modern era has severely failed to inform the public in regards to the planetary emergency that is happening, which is climate change. He educating the public in regards to the risk that climate change brings. With that being said, there were suggestions as how to solve these problems, and those include methods such as adapting a new system of media coverage that consists of features that include accountability, humor, and lastly, truthful. Moreover, case studies such as the coverage of the Paris Agreement highlight media campaigns that have successfully engaged the public and influenced policy. Engaging audience through interactive platforms and public forums encourage dialogue and action, a crucial step towards comprehensive public education on climate change. Looking forward, emerging technologies like reality offer innovative pathways for immersive and personalized climate communication, reshaping how the public perceive and engage with climate change issues.
Study shows that age, is inversely related to concerns for climate change. That is, young people seem to be more concerned and sometimes have more knowledge about this issue. Young people themselves think that new generations are more environmentally aware than their predecessors. Not only do the media provide factual scientific information about climate change, but they also influence young people's understanding of the crisis as well as their sense of self-efficacy and willingness to engage. In a Swedish study in 2017 that analyzed high school students' association with climate change. From the study, students' most common understanding about this crisis was expressed through the words such as greenhouse effect and carbon dioxide. Interestingly, those associations somewhat mirror the Swedish mainstream media portrayal of climate change in 2009. Another study from Osmans proposed a more detailed account on how media influence young people's environmental behavior. In his study, young people are more likely to engage in pro-environmental behavior when they discuss what they heard on the news from both online and offline resources with their parents and friends. But there are some limitations on media coverage of climate change.
A number of media content students have pointed out the media recent representation of climate change assume a free, predictable shapes, and forcing merely debaters and their claims, which lead to a sense of uncertainty. Media organizations are usually commercial entities and are influenced by advertising. They may pay more attention to grabbing topics such as entertainment, news, and social events, and give relative little coverage to environment issues. Indigenous communication program to reach young people. It seems easier to increase their knowledge about climate change than to reach this group at deeper life, to make them more injured about the issues and confident about their ability to contribute.
The rise of the internet and new media technology is revolutionizing how we address environmental issues, publicity, and education. Traditional media such as newspapers and television have struggled to keep up with these challenges. Nowadays, people have diverse needs, so we require more adaptable and diverse approaches to educate and inform about climate change. Using new media products such as short videos better aligns with the audience's psychology's needs in the new area.
For example, the government of China promotes environmental awareness through activities and short video apps. Initiatives like China Climate Conference and Seeing Environmental Protections on social media platforms aim to educate the public through timely updates and collaborations with environmental departments.
Engagement is key to awareness and action key. Opinion leaders' course play a significant role in this regard. Deterrage the expertise and large audiences to foster engagement. Policy makers and mass media should recognize the influence of cause and collaborate with them to amplify meanings and address meaningful change with the internet as a worldwide platform for exchange, ideas, expertise, and would cause may effectively communicate and motivate pro environment action.
For example, Mr. Beast's #TeamTrees initiative aimed to plant 20 million trees worldwide. This campaign began in October 2019 and has since exceeded its original goal. It also gains support from other famous influencers like Nancy Slater of Smarter Everyday channel and Tesla CEO Elon Musk.